BlinG in the orange trunks, he is playing Protoss right here on the Shakuras Plateau versus his opponent, the one and only FlashDave in the blue trunks. He is playing Zerg. FlashDave with an interesting build that I like a lot. He was able to push back a 4-gate very, very well. Now, I feel that BlinG could have probably had him there if he had more sentries in his force. The thing is, he didn't have the gas by that point to have that many sentries. So it's not really a possibility. That delayed 4-gate, and it's not delayed by a huge amount, but he did delay it a bit simply because of the fact that he didn't chrono boost his Cybernetics core. He actually chrono boosted his Nexus instead to make sure that he had a good probe count. It's interesting, but actually it might have cost him the game. But I still think that all Zergling composition with the early +1 was probably not something that BlinG was actually expecting. And with that amount of extra damage, think about it for a second. You think about how fast the Zergling attacks, then you think about how many there are, and then you can really understand just how valuable +1 attack actually is for Zerglings. It really, really helps an awful lot because of the speed and, of course, because of the sheer weight of numbers. You can cut through forces much faster. I think BlinG was probably very shocked by the fact that his forces crumpled so incredibly quickly against Zerglings that otherwise he should have been able to win against. I mean, he went Heavy Zealot, which makes perfect sense. BlinG going Forge early on. Are we looking for Forge Fast Expand, or are we actually looking for a Cannon Rush? We'll find out one way or the other. Will a Zerg player be able to deal with that? The Scout's coming out, however. Dave is going to see this one immediately, and it was lucky, actually, very lucky that he picked that. Although this is TSL version, so it might be cross-position. I can't remember. There are like 4 or 5 versions of this map now, so whatever the case, Dave has an eye on that Forge. The question is, what will BlinG actually do with it? I have to assume Forge Fast Expand because, although, I don't know. And BlinG is in the base with a probe right now. He could go for it, certainly. Fast Expand right here from his opponent. Is that it's a Proxy hatchery from FlashDave. Oh, wow. FlashDave's been at the School of Cats by the looks of it. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. This is messy. This is Forge Fast Expand, which is incredibly vulnerable to Proxy hatchery. And it hasn't been scouted yet either. Oh, this is great. Oh, no, it's been spotted there. There we go. And going into a pylon, and he'll probably try and push it away with a cannon, I would think. That would be the best idea. In fact, it's the only idea. He needs to get a pylon down immediately to do that. FlashDave looking for it, and it is a Roach attack, which is predictable, really. It's the kind of thing you usually do if you're ever going to go Proxy hatchery inside your opponent's base. BlinG did spot it, which is kind of unfortunate. Cannon coming down. Will he force a cancel from FlashDave? Looking like he might. We'll have a look at the cannon build time. We'll have 30 seconds left on that. Hatchery is actually behind. Second cannon coming down. That hatchery will not live, I wouldn't think. I don't know. Roaches do pop up quite fast. He might be able to get them out in time. It depends. Is this a 7 Roach rush or whatever? Did he just... No, he just used the extractor trait. I was going to say, did he just lose an overlord? Because that would be it. But we'll find out. This is going to be very, very close right now. The first cannon will be up, but it won't deal too much damage to the hatchery. We're looking for the Roach pop. It's only, of course, going to be 3. It's a... Wow, what a cancel that was. Unbelievable. And he goes all the way into that, and on the last possible moment, FlashDave cancels out that, and he goes into another Proxy hatchery. That's a sneaky maneuvering. Actually, he just forced his opponent to build a pylon and a photon cannon he didn't need. That is a great move. And he's followed up with some Zerglings as well, pushing his opponent all the way back into the line, doing a little bit of harassment, takes a probe out. This is great play here by FlashDave. I'm really liking this an awful lot. Another probe taken out, and I'm really excited to see how this game goes right now, because this has turned into something highly unusual. FlashDave's hatchery down right now, and he hasn't gone with the early +1, which is unfortunate, but of course he couldn't really afford to do that. There's now the evolution chamber. That Proxy hatchery will probably finish. We'll see if he decides to go for a cancel out of that one. In the meantime, what's the economic situation? It's actually okay. If FlashDave is not behind, I think actually he might be ahead. Yeah, his worker supply is only slightly behind right now. Here's the swarm right into the gateway right now. No defensive units available here. He'll be forced to chrono boost up on a cannon behind that line. That forge might even go down before a cannon would be finished, however. Right now, BlinG is having to fight against this Proxy hatchery, and the Proxy hatchery will complete, but I think he's going to cancel it and maybe start a new one. I don't think those Zealots are doing enough damage to actually bring it down. He might need a third one. We'll see. Looks like he might get it only just... That Forge is going down. That's really bad right now for BlinG. In comes the Swarm. The Photon Cannon might go down. Here come the reinforcements from the back as well. 2 Zealots might almost finish off the hatchery, but they won't by the looks of it. FlashDave trying to draw him away, but he brings in the probes as well. And there we go. Going for a Queen? Really? That is so risky. That hatchery is going down. There's no real question about that. Oh, nice force field play. BlinG able to stop any harassment in there. Looks for the surround. Out come the Broodlings. Are they able to focus fire on the probes? They are not. The Zealots taking the majority of the damage right here. Charging the line. He got a Roach out in the process. I don't believe it. This is absolutely absurd. He might even be able to bring these Zealots down. Takes down, come on, take down one. There we go. There's the focus. Unfortunately, now being backed in. He gets the second Roach out. Is it enough with all those probes in the mix? It might be. It just very well might be, but it's looking unlikely. BlinG with an excellent defense right here. Driving him away once again. One Roach is not, it will not die. He will not die. FlashDave, amazing micromanagement right here. As BlinG driven all the way back. They're so badly injured, but he's holding it. If he takes one more swing, that will probably be it. A Stalker coming in to finish them off right now. Those Roaches survived so incredibly long. Oh, he looks to try and take out a probe. He takes one as well as a final spiteful maneuver. And some amazing proxy hatchery play there by FlashDave. The question is, did he put his opponent behind? He did. He really, really did. That's 27 workers to 36. The economic disadvantage out of that from FlashDave was not bad. Will BlinG be able to rally for a counter-attack early on? It is a possibility. He's got 2 Stalkers, 2 Zealot, 1 Sentry on the field. There's only a single Roach. And FlashDave, a risky maneuver maybe, going straight for the lair. He doesn't have anything really to defend his base with. He needs more Roaches on the field right now. However, BlinG is being forced into a situation where he has to try and get his economy back in check. But after this scout, where he sees bare minimum defense, I have to wonder if he'll decide to get aggressive right now. No proxy pylons anywhere on the map, so he's not able to warp in anywhere near. He's going to have to rely on just legging it over there as rapidly as possible. Right now, BlinG transitioning into bailed every gateway. Right, that is a 5 gate coming up from BlinG right now on 2 bases. He'll be looking to get aggressive. The thing is, how long is it going to take him to actually get to the stage where he can really start doing damage? Because that's the critical thing. I mean, he had a window right here where he could have actually gone in and probably killed his opponent. He had 1 Roach and a Queen, and he was up against, of course, 2 Stalker, 3 Sentry, 2 Zealot. That would have been a foregone conclusion, and because FlashDave had gone to lair as well, he wasn't really able to respond to that. However, that window is rapidly disappearing as BlinG is forced into an economic situation where he's having to try and get his economy back on track after the amount of damage that was done. FlashDave has a 9 worker lead on him, and here comes the push. BlinG with a large number of sentries. However, there are Roaches coming on the way. Looking for Burrow and Tunneling Claws. I don't think they're going to complete, though. Unless BlinG decides to wait for a proxy pylon here and then go in, I don't think those are going to really come into play. However, he doesn't have Robotics, so if he's able to get Tunneling Claws out, if he can hold BlinG for long enough, then he'll get Tunneling Claws, he'll get Burrow, and that'll give him a huge advantage against those sentries. Forward proxy pylon coming in. Here comes the pressure. Is it spotted? Surely, yes, he does see it. Now, FlashDave is moving back to defend right here. That's a big push coming in, delaying, trying to hold it. He's going to lose those Roaches before the Tunneling Claws comes up. Will he get Burrow in time? 15 more seconds. Those Roaches will not hold in the process. That's unfortunate, but it's not a disaster. FlashDave can still hold it. More Roaches coming down, able to hold off those Zealots. Can he kill the pylon? More to the point, no he can't. There's BlinG with a additional warp in coming in from the back right now. And now his army count advantage is looking fairly good. BlinG is getting nice and aggressive. That expansion was not destroyed, however. He split his opponent down the middle. He does have Tunneling Claws now. That will certainly help. There's the Burrow and no detection method of any description. Down he goes. Quick shot and back into the line. This is excellent play right now by FlashDave. He's sniping off his opponent as quickly as possible, trying to take advantage of the fact that he has Tunneling Claws. He has Burrow. He does it once again, and BlinG not able to respond to that. He's only just started off with a box facility. He pushes him back, if you can actually believe it. He managed to push him back by the use of those Tunneling Claws and Burrow. Does he have the firepower? Really needs to go up in a straight up fight right here. He really doesn't, and he knows that. He's got to buy time. He needs to get, if he gets those 11 more Roaches out, he'll be able to crush that force, no problem at all. However, he is at risk, of course, of losing this 3rd base down here. That could be sniped off if BlinG decides he's just had enough of that nonsense, and it looks like he does. So he's going to have to sacrifice a hatchery. It's not the end of the world. He wasn't mining from it anyway. Can he get away with that? Yes, he can. He can tunnel under his opponent, but he doesn't do it. That was unfortunate. I think he actually rallied his forces there. Bit of a mistake. FlashDave could have escaped with those Roaches, considering there are no, and I do mean no, detection methods right now. In comes the Roaches. He doesn't have a huge number, though. BlinG has a lot of firepower available for him right here. He's able to pick up a couple of Stalkers, looking for the sentries as well. Blasting the sentries would be a good idea. If he's able to focus those down, that'll be optimal. Observer is on the way. This advantage that FlashDave has is going to disappear. He's still able to force his opponent away. He's still got a reasonable economic situation. He's about equal, and BlinG still has this massive army advantage. However, he's picking away at him. Well, that's a very smart thing to do. Where is that Observer? The Observer is now on the field. It's on its way over. If he catches his opponent out of position and he has an Observer, then FlashDave will get crushed. FlashDave needs to stop overextending, get the hell back to his base immediately. Once that Observer comes in, FlashDave needs to leave immediately. He really does, because that Observer is going to completely screw him over right now. He's looking for +1 weapon upgrade. That'll certainly help, but it's not going to be up for another 50 seconds right now. And BlinG forcing forward. FlashDave is not in a great position for this engagement, especially with the Observer there. He sees it now. He knows it's there, and in he comes. He's got to just stop burrowing right now. He's taking fire. He needs to unburrow, get the hell out of there as quickly as possible. Zealot's taking damage. Looks for, and he brings in reinforcements. Will he be able to fight this off? He looks for it. He's losing a lot of roaches. However, BlinG's attack is starting to falter. He might have the firepower he needs. He certainly will in the next 5 seconds or so once he gets that upgrade, but FlashDave sacrificing roaches to try and hold back his opponent. BlinG with extra stalkers coming in, +1 weapon has now completed, and it will help him certainly, but he's going to lose a Overlord in the process, and he needs to get his roach count back up immediately. 10 more roaches on the way, popping up from good positions. Now with this +1, BlinG does not have any upgrades to deal with this. I think he should be able to win this engagement. In comes the firepower, and BlinG's force is starting to rapidly deteriorate under the renewed fire of FlashDave's roaches. However, reinforcements did come in from the flank, and they're nailing FlashDave down quite nicely. He needs more units. His army count is not looking amazing versus BlinG, but it should be good enough, assuming he's able to get a good fight going on right here. A spine crawler over here would be very helpful to him right now. Doesn't have one. He does have another hatchery coming up. I believe it must be a macro hatch unless it's down here. Yep, it is a macro hatchery, and it's going into his base to make sure he can get more roaches out. In comes the push once again. Overseer is there, so he'll be able to deal with that Observer, or at least see the Observer, and unfortunately just gets supply blocked right here. However, does he have the roach numbers? It's really debatable, because stalkers are just so very nasty. He is able to push him back right now. It's kind of a mutually assured destruction kind of thing going on, but here comes the reinforcements. Sentries coming in. He gets a divide, but it's not particularly good. The focus fire is still coming in onto BlinG from FlashDave. Does he have the roach count? It's so very close just right now. He's got the Queen to help him. That will really give him a benefit right now. And forcing his opponent all the way back. More stalker reinforcements coming in from BlinG. Just keeps hurling them at his opponent. Roaches coming in, and they're able to defeat that force, but only just. They're going to be forced all the way back. He needs more roaches. He's got them right now. And he needs to be able to expand. He really does. He needs to get an economic advantage over his opponent. Once that happens, he will be in a great position. If he's able to push this last force of stalkers back, that'll be good. Look at the amount of money he's got. BlinG goes for a warp in, but that's 1.5 minerals banked for FlashDave, and a lot of gas as well. From that macro hatchery, he can bring in huge numbers of roaches if he needs to, and I recommend that he would do exactly that. He needs to be able to crush BlinG in an overwhelming engagement, and then he'll get the advantage, because right now BlinG is expanding, which is not an ideal situation for FlashDave at all. FlashDave pushing all the way back as BlinG is forced into yet another confrontation, a costly confrontation. No upgrades right now for him as well. I would honestly recommend to FlashDave that he starts getting some upgrades of his own. He does have +1, certainly. That is helpful. However, look at this. This is, of course, the TSL version. It has the back rocks, and BlinG falling back immediately. Did he see that? He must have, because of where the Observer was, and he's going to have to fall back to defend. This is ideal for FlashDave. He can expand behind this, and that's exactly what he's doing. He'll be able to get his economy into the shape that he wants. However, BlinG Stalker's on the way. That'll be dangerous, and BlinG still in the fight, and it's a very equal game going in thus far. We have a look at the units lost. You can see it right there. Workers killed. FlashDave's actually taken out 10 early on in the game. He's maintained a reasonable economic advantage, and if we have a look at the army comparison, it is in favor of FlashDave by a very significant margin. BlinG is not going to be complete when this attack comes in, but it is very close to being so. Once he's forced to the ramp, BlinG with a very smart maneuver right there, forcing his opponent into an engagement he didn't want. He takes one. He looks to try and take a second, but he can't grab it. Backing all the way back right here, and Ventral Sack upgrade. We're going to be seeing drops. In the meantime, oh, that is a nice play right here, and his opponent forced in. However, he does have BlinG. He can get down there very rapidly. There you go. FlashDave not expecting that, and will he be able to get out of there without taking great casualties? He's looking unlikely. 1, 2, 3, and 4 taken out. Reinforcements streaming in. He doesn't have the numbers. This is the nice thing about BlinG's BlinG Stalker Force. He can just blink back and forth in order to deal with these two-pronged attacks. He needs to force an engagement on one side and go for the other. That's exactly what he's doing. Really smart play by FlashDave, forcing his way into the line, doing as much damage as he can to the economy of BlinG, sliding his way through it, and that's immediately going to affect the income. In the meantime, what is he actually dealing with? He just sacrificed a lot of roaches on the front line to make that attack happen. His army supply now falls behind BlinG. He's able to delay the harvesting of his opponent significantly, but he's going to get trapped in here. FlashDave can't get away. No way. Does he have an observer here, actually? I'm not seeing an observer. He could maybe get out of this, and he's perhaps assuming that his opponent has one. He tries to take the Nexus. He can't take the Nexus. Can he take the Nexus? Oh, it's so very close. 140 HP remaining on that. Just got more roaches. But he takes the other Nexus in the process. FlashDave is all over BlinG right now. However, he is relying kind of on guerrilla tactics. But if he's got this economic advantage with this hatchery, then he should be able to reinforce really fast. BlinG, unfortunately, is sitting now on 27 Stalkers versus 13 Roaches, which, of course, we know is... Oh, wow. FlashDave GG'd out of it. Man, FlashDave is really good. He's lacking something in his play. He really, really is. He does so many cool things. I really like seeing him play, but he just doesn't quite have the finesse that he needs to beat a Grandmaster League player like BlinG. He is still excellent, though. He really, really is, and I thoroughly enjoyed those games, so thank you very much to FlashDave for playing those.